G'day, thanks for tuning in. Let's have a look at what's inside this lint remover. An automatic one actually, so it's battery powered. You turn it on and then inside here it just has a bunch of little razor blades that spin around really fast, press up against this surface here and cut off any little bit of lint or strings or anything that stick through that from the clothes. So it sounds pretty loud, and then you just there we go. So that's basically how it works. It does have these 3 different modes. So when it's on, if you press the on off button again, it cycles between these 3 modes, but I have absolutely no idea what they are. One of them's a little zigzag thing. The other one's, I don't know, something that's emitting something, and that one's a little flower from what I can tell. And then I'm not sure what that M is, maybe on mode. So on, off, and then mode, all in that sort of join button there. And then as I sort of remove this already, we can just remove that front, which is actually a little stainless steel plate on the front here that's just sort of got these little perforations for sort of the actual bits of cloth sticking through to go through. And then that's just injection molded in with this plastic. So this is all kind of molded onto one part. And then these actual razor blades come out. So this is the razor blade assembly. It's just got these 6 blades. They got quite a bit of, I guess, spring to it, so they can move in and out, and I guess that can probably be better seen on this side. It was all just stamped out of thin bit of metal, and then the blades actually just put there, but this whole ring around here is just that one bit. And what's holding this together is just a plastic case. That thing sits on this central shaft, which is then just attached to a motor. It doesn't seem to come out, but we can maybe get to it from the other side. And then that's just what spins around. That actually spins the whole thing together. The back just comes loose, so just a nice little twist, and then that comes loose. And again, it's just an injection molded bit of plastic with this extra coated paint on top to give it a bit of nice texture. And it does have a really nice smooth feel to it. So that's there. And then we come to the main case of this. So there's 2 screw holes here, but there's actually only 1 screw in there. One of them's already missing. Not sure if it really picks up on camera under that light, but there's meant to be a screw there as well, and there's only, well, I assume there's meant to be one, but there's only one there. It feels like it's held together pretty okay, so I guess it doesn't really need to be there, but I don't know, maybe that's an oversight, cost-saving measure, who knows. But just a small little Phillips screw, so that just comes out nice and easy. And then I'm going to assume this, just this little split here, so I think it would just split along that part, unless there's more screws, oh no, maybe not, unless there's more screws hidden in underneath here, and that does actually feel like there is something there. So that's a really neat way to hide screws under all these little extra sticker bits. Okay, that's interesting. There's actually no screws under there, but there's an extra button on top that seems to be injection molded into this bit, but there's actually no button behind it. There's just this button here for on, off, and then the 3 different modes, which we can see those LEDs there light up. And it's a lot quieter now because it's just spinning this shaft. But that's interesting. I thought there was going to be a screw in there. Okay, so I think the one that we've undone, that's it. So the rest then just has to pop open. Okay, so that's come off pretty okay. It's just that 1 screw holding it together, when I think there should have been 2. But then this is again just a little plastic bit. These buttons are nice, quite nice actually. The way they've injection molded this, it just gives it a little bit of flexibility for it to be pressed, but then spring back. Alright, and then inside here, so you can see that first hole on the left side there is worn out because there was a screw in there, but this is still all brand new. There's nothing there, so that was just a screw missing. And we can see inside here there's just a small little motor. Not sure if we'll get that out. Oh yeah, that just slides right out. Actually, so does the whole board. Okay, so there's no screws, there's nothing actually holding that together. It all just sits in there in this little assembly here, which is actually all injection molded out of a single piece of plastic. So that's quite nice. It's got a little battery slot in here, and the PCB covers it, and the motor just sits in there. So we'll put that aside and just have a look at the actual electronics of this. So little battery here, there's no markings on it at all. It seems about the size of a AA battery, so might just literally be a rechargeable AA battery. It's been used for this. It does have a nice little connector that connects onto that PCB. And then likewise on the other side, we just have a little DC brushed motor that also just has these two connections straight onto the PCB. And then on the PCB, so on this side here, which is the one that faces outwards, we literally just have a little tactile button that again still operates this, and then just 3 LEDs there that show the different modes, whatever those modes actually are. On the other side, also not all that much to it. We just have a little micro USB port here, a couple of little resistors and a little chip over there, so that much is voltage regulator, just to regulate the voltage coming in, and that would act as the charge controller, so that would just go straight into the battery to actually charge that. Then the rest of the PCB here, there's really nothing to it, just kind of 2 tracks. This track here is actually quite nice and thick, so this will be the main track probably for, I don't know, positive or negative. One of them will come this way, and then the other one will come out through this way. So this wouldn't have much current, this little DC motor wouldn't draw too much, although when it does hit resistance, it probably will actually draw a little bit more current. So it's nice that's thick enough there, I think. Then we've just got a little IC controller there, so it might just be, there might just be for some sort of regulation of that voltage, a couple of other small little bits and pieces on it, a little more surface mounts here, and that's pretty much it. And then it just goes to the connector and straight to the motor. So really nice, cheap, simple PCB. It actually flexes quite a bit. It's very thin, so don't want to be doing that too much to snap it. But the way it actually sits inside this holds it pretty secure. So I don't think it's really going to go anywhere, and you're only pressing the button at the top here. So nice, quick, easy little teardown. The actual component's quite simple, a few injection molded bits of plastic, a few knife blades there to actually do the cutting, and then just a motor and a battery, a little controller for it. So awesome, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've learned something. If you did like the video and you got a second, just hit that like button, it really does help the channel out.